My name is Kevin Petracek, and I'm an attorney with the law firm of Parman Easterday in Overland Park, Kansas. Our topic for this session is elder financial abuse, which occurs when someone essentially steals the assets of an elderly person. Elder financial abuse can be accomplished in many ways. For example, taking cash or other property from the home, bank accounts, or trusts of an elderly person. Selling or changing title on the property of an elderly person without permission, or obtaining that permission through deception or duress. This would include persuading them to sign a will, a power of attorney, or some other legal document when the elderly person does not fully realize what they are signing. Sometimes the abuser doesn't even bother to have the elderly person sign the document. The abuser blatantly forges the signature. Or instead of outright stealing, the abuser simply uses the elderly person's property or possessions without permission. Other abusers use the elderly person's credit cards without consent. Sometimes the abuser promises the elderly person that they will care for them for the rest of their life if certain transfers of assets are made now to the abuser. But after the transfer, care is provided for only a short time or not at all. Why are elderly persons the targets for such abuse? Because over 2/3 of the wealth in America is owned by the elderly, even though they may not realize that they control such large sums. Many people have worked hard their whole lives to accumulate their nest eggs, but they don't have the financial sophistication to manage themselves anymore. In their golden years, they become dependent on others to care for them, and they want desperately to trust that caregiver. Many an elderly person has developed a comfortable routine for their life. For example, they go to the store or the bank at the same time each week. Unfortunately, some predators are on the lookout for such patterns and take unfair advantage of the kind and trusting nature of that senior. Even when elderly persons eventually realize they have been abused, they are reluctant to press charges or even try to recover the stolen assets because they are too embarrassed or sick to do so. What kind of people are the most likely to commit elder financial abuse? The most common perpetrators are members of the elderly person's own family, although unrelated caregivers also are often guilty of such abuse. I'm sad to say that some abusers are attorneys, accountants, medical professionals, and bankers who have been trusted by the victim. Sometimes the abuser initiates a romantic relationship with the elderly person to gain access to the victim's assets, then dump them as soon as they drop them blind. In our next segment, we'll talk more about why financial elder abuse has risen dramatically in recent years and give you some strategies to combat it.